Hello. I was looking at the calendar because I do. That's what I do. And I realized something. Sure, we still have a long ways to go before we go on our trip, which I'm not going to discuss in today's vlog. I'm just mentioning it. There is something happening a little bit more towards the middle of this month, which is about 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from today, we will be in the midst of March Madness. Now I know not everyone understands what March Madness is, so I'm going to go into a little bit of a discussion in this for today's vlog. March Madness happens every year, right around the middle of March, and goes until about the beginning of April. And what it is it's a college basketball tournament they do every year where they have 68 teams and they narrow it down to just one by the end of it, which usually happens around April 4th to April 6th, somewhere around there. And it's not just men that does it, it's also women. But we don't, I want to do, I don't want to say women is unimportant because it's not. Women's March Madness is a little different than men because men's March Madness, there's so many variations that go into it. You got upsets, you got Cinderella stories, and the same could be said in the women's side too. But this one, I'm just focusing on the men's. Is that you? Like I said, there's 68 teams. There's usually it goes one. What the one seed plays a 16 seed, the two seed plays a 15 seed, the three seed plays a 14, fourth plays the so forth and so on, and then you get the um you got 8 versus 9 and 7 versus 10 and so forth and so on. But there are some portions of the March Madness that um, there's upsets that happen, and then there's the teams that are Cinderellas where you don't expect them to win, but they surprise you. That's what happens in March Madness. Sometimes there's so many different things that happen during the March Madness where you've got teams that I'm not saying all of the number one teams are going to lose in the first round, but and maybe none of them will. But there's always going to be some sort of surprise, some sort of bracket busting that goes on during the March Madness that happens every year. Now they don't have the teams picked out just yet. That probably won't happen until like the Sunday before March Madness starts, which will be the 15th of March. Um, and then they'll tell you all the teams that are part of it, or maybe not the 15th, maybe a week before. They'll tell you like all of the teams that have been selected, and there's a play-in tournament where we have uh, two games each. Two teams that are trying to get the 16th spot and two teams that are trying to get the 11th spot. And then those teams go on to the next round, and then that's when it becomes 64. And then from 64, it keeps going down until we get to the final two. And then once we get to the final two, one wins the whole tournament. And who knows what's going to happen this year? And we're not. I don't know what's gonna fully be like, but I'm hoping that one of my teams is in it. I'm not saying I'm going to get that team in the March Madness pool that I partake in, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens in regards to March Madness this year. With that being said, I will see you tomorrow with a brand new vlog, and there will be a new vlog every day until I reach year 65 on YouTube, and bye-bye.